What made you decide to leave Soviet Russia in 1974?
It was same reason why Vietnamese people leave Vietnam, why all people leave communist countries. It was one of the reasons. Another reason, I had intuition to live in the right time because what I was in town, Semipalatinsk, it was a very famous nuclear polygon. So it was ready to, they made for few explosions every day. So I had intuition. It may happen to Chernobyl.
I must say we didn't know that part of it. I didn't realize that amount of connection between those two.
What I heard right now,
yes.
it crossed my story also.
Yes. Now, how did you plan escaping?
Actually, I couldn't plan because my decision was made in 1 second. But you have to ask how I came to the point to be ready to leave Russia. So I said this is few ways like a political. I couldn't love my country. Also, I didn't hate my country to live in country. One point, another, spiritually to be in country very difficult, and also it's kind of romantic way. You cannot live in Russia and see other part of our planet. Our beautiful planet.
Anyway, you decided to leave.
To leave.
How did you do it?
I bought a ticket to biggest Russian liner, so-called Soviet Union. Before that liner had name, I heard Adolf Hitler.
You mean it was a German ship?
Yeah, the Second World War.
Yes, and that was a cruise?
It was a cruise to equator. That ship had about more than 1,200 people on this cruise. Tourists without any port call.
In other words, it was supposed to go without any stop and come back?
Any stop to equator and come back in December and just get some tan. The main reason.
So how does one go off a ship which stops nowhere?
Because I planned to cross jungle, I planned to sail around the world under sail. I planned a lot of things.
Yes.
So this is only way to came my dream true.
So you decided to jump ship somewhere?
Yes.
How did you decide where?
When we left Vladivostok, we didn't know which way we are going. When we passed Japan Sea, I saw a map which our cruise with it's along Taiwan, along the Philippines, and between Celebes and Borneo to equator and back. So I calculated that only 2 points I can leave the ship. It could be only night time. It's near island of Siargao or south point of Mindanao.
And you decided on the first?
This is, I decided when we passed Japan Sea, that I'll try.
What equipment did you have with you?
I had snorkel, mask, fins.
And that's it.
All.
Now, how do you jump? I mean, it's very dangerous to jump from a ship.
Yeah, no, let's say I'm a little crazy and romantic. This is probably, it helped. And also, I was prepared a lot. I was a diver, I was oceanographer, I was a navigator.
So
and,
how do you do it?
I came to the storm it was the night time in Pacific Ocean near the island of Siargao. I expected distance about 10 nautical miles.
Which is how much in kilometers?
It's about 18 kilometers.
Yes.
But I thought I can swim this distance.
Yeah, but first of all, you jumped to the water. Where on the ship were you when you jumped?
I didn't know because.
Weren't you afraid to be swept away by swept in?
No,
rather,
this is
by the propeller.
That morning, which day I jumped, I came to the bridge and I look at the nautical chart. So one glance was enough for me to see distance, future distance from the island and
Okay, so you jumped during the night.
during the night.
I understand.
No one could see me
Why?
because I wanted to, because otherwise ship could be,
What were they doing, all the others?
and they could, with others,
Yeah, they
they
were
left to
dancing.
the, they were dancing.
You
It
told
was,
me before that there was a great ball.
Each
Yeah.
evening they were dancing at me
Yeah.
too.
Now, you jumped, you were in the water. Can you describe what happened first? I mean, it wasn't a calm sea, was it?
Yes, it was a stormy sea. It was thunderstorm from west. So first I was very close to propeller, and so I knew which part the ship to jump to be fast away from propeller. After I took my equipment, and when I was ready to swim, I looked around, and I couldn't see any directions except of lights of this boat.
Why?
So
Well, there were no stars.
it was not stars because it was very cloudy and thunderstorm from west.
So you realized what direction you are only by looking back at the ship?
First, to look my
Yes.
ship.
And-
My ship's supposed to be from my left.
I understand.
So I look at
But later on, when you lost sight of the ship, what did you do?
I waited for stars, let's say about 2 hours. After I was lucky, a Jupiter planet came among clouds, so I could swim about another 2 hours, to use clouds as the directions, and
How could-
development of clouds. From one point of horizon, clouds was such a way. From another point of horizon, another way.
How
So,
long were you in the water like that?
altogether, 2 days and 3 nights.
2 days and 3 nights.
3 nights, yeah.
And I assume you didn't have any food or water with you.
Oh, it was easy because
Easy.
I was ready for this. I had fasting for 36 days. I used to be without water 2 weeks, so it was all right.
But I don't suppose it was easy as you make
Yeah,
it.
yeah, but I wanted to prepare myself to.
But how did you feel, say, after 2 days? Physically?
Oh, fine, very good, very good. Just
But you didn't have any sleep.
no. This is the more difficult. To be in water without sleeping. This is more difficult part of this.
Now, what about fish? What about sharks? Weren't you
I
afraid?
read about sharks, everything. I met sharks underwater before, so
What do you mean you met sharks? Isn't the next thing you'll say,
in
some of
Black-
my best
in
friends are
Black
sharks?
Sea, in Black Sea only, they were small. So I knew how to behave. You
How?
are supposed to be very calm and like to feel like you live in the ocean. So sharks can feel I'm not a stranger, I am just, this is my environment too.
Did you try to rest?
No,
I
I
mean,
couldn't. I had
lie
to
on your
swim
back?
because I expected strong currents on my way, so I had to know.
Wasn't there any point where you lost consciousness or fell asleep without...
It was a point when when I was close to island, a current took me away, and I saw again open ocean. And from first, when I jumped and I swam all night, and at the morning I couldn't see land. They have to just know about this. So when I came close to island and a current took me away, I expected I lost death.
Hope, chance, yeah.
I lost hope.
Yes.
So also I lost my conscience because it was third night I am in water, but it was everything all right because I had very nice dreams, and when I came.
And you sort of woke up, and where were
Yes,
you? Where did
when
you
I
find
woke
yourself?
at the very big waves, I would say gigantic waves, woke me up. So near the reef, any tropical island near the reef has gigantic waves. So one of the waves, when I saw this, it was like a mountain. So
Swept you.
it's not swept. It's came to my head. So I was inside maybe 10 meters depth because I was a diver. I know what depth
Yeah.
without checking up. So I came through those waves because I was prepared with this in Black Sea and
Yes.
in Atlantic Ocean.
that's
I liked surfing.
Yeah, and that's what brought you back to consciousness.
Yes, it brought me to consciousness, and I came to lagoon, it very calm lagoon, and I couldn't see anything again. So I swam about 2 hours to keep surf behind me.
And you came to the islands at
When
last.
I came to
and
the
what
island,
did you see? Was it nice? Or
It
did
was-
you fall asleep, or what did you do?
No, I couldn't. First, I wanted. I couldn't sleep because I was so excited that I came through all of this. First, I wanted to sleep, but ants and mosquitoes didn't give me chance. So I decided to walk
When
all night.
when did you see the first people? Or the first people saw you?
I walked along the island, and accidentally I met a fisherman with children. So they were afraid of me because I was glowing.
Glowing?
Glowing, because a lot of phosphorus plants
Stuck to you?
was
Yeah.
covered all my body.
So you're glowing, as
I
you
could
said.
see. I could use my hand as a flashlight.
Mhm.
I slept a little bit I found a boat in jungle.
And how did they react to that?
They were very afraid, and first children were more brave. They came and touched me slowly, and they to make sure I'm not a spirit. They thought I was spirit.
Now, I understand that they put you in prison eventually for...
Yes, I had investigation as a Russian spy probably, but Filipino people was so nice to me. So
How long did they keep you
I
there?
was happy to be there.
How long?
It's about half a year. I was in prison only 1 month and a half. I had very good treatment.
Now, I know that then you went to Canada and settled there, but I want to ask you, why did you decide to come to Israel? Because I understand you're not Jewish.
I understand.
So I know
first-
that you did come because of a story you've written.
Yes, because I used to live not among Russian people. Most of my friends were Jewish in Soviet Union first.
Yes.
So when I came, I met a lot of people who said, this is great story, try to write it. So I wrote it. I found a publisher in Israel. It's called Magazine 22. So I was invited to Israel last year.
Now you
Like-
decided to stay.
Uh,
Why?
because I met a lot of people, and they are now my friends. I like a country very much. I like climate very much. So what do you
So
need?
so you're going to stay here.
I would like to stay.
Let me just ask you finally. Today, knowing what you know, would you have done that crazy thing, as you called it, again?
I would, but it would be much more difficult because I have enough courage to do it again, but I'm not sure I can survive next time.
But you would do it.
If I would be in a prison
Yes,
again,
you would do it.
Let's say I would do it, of course, yeah, because always we have one chance.
Slava Kurilov, thank you very much indeed. וכאן אנחנו מגיעים לסיומה של התוכנית הערב. נתראה שוב בשבוע הבא. לילה טוב ולהתראות.